What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and today's piece is a little bit different and plenty of fun. I'm going to talk about LA's celebrity alligator, Reggie. This piece was inspired by the LA Times and their intrepid reporter, Kareem Pertil. Let's get into it. So the alligator, now known as Reggie, was first seen swimming in Machado Lake in Harbor City in August of 2005. This was 2005, before the iPhone, so photographic evidence was scarce and rumors were swirling. And truthfully, the thoughts of a swamp-dwelling reptile living right near the 110 seemed pretty fantastical. On August 12th of that year, the alligator, known as Harbor Park Harry at the time, crawled out of the lake for a sunbath, and the city lost its collective mind. He was an immediate media sensation, inspiring books, CDs, and crowds of onlookers who would wait for hours just to catch a glimpse of Harbor Park Harry. I mean, this was a serious deal. LAPD was on the case, media attention 24/7, but finally in August of that year, 2 men were arrested with illegally releasing the alligator into the lake after he outgrew the enclosures at their homes. The 2 men did give police some useful intel, though. They named the gator Reggie. City officials snapped into action trying to apprehend the gator. They cordoned off the entire 53-acre lake. They even hired gator wranglers who worked round the clock for 3 months trying to catch Reggie, but he seemed to disappear altogether. There was a brief glimmer of hope when city officials discovered a smaller alligator in one of the storm drains. This alligator was named Little Reggie, but he wasn't Reggie. Even crocodile hunter Steve Irwin pledged that if the gator ever re-emerged, his crew would go into the lake and attempt to capture him. About a year and a half after he was last seen, on April 30th, 2007, Reggie emerged on the surface of the lake and appeared to be at least a foot longer than his last sighting. Fencing was immediately put up again and specialists were contacted to bring him in. Once more, he was a media spectacle. Finally, on May 24th, 2007, Reggie stepped out of the water and city officials cornered him. 2 LA Zoo reptile keepers jumped on his back, threw a t-shirt over his head, wrapped duct tape around his snout, and captured him. By May 26th, Reggie was moved to the LA Zoo. On his first day in front of the public, he was greeted by a cheering crowd. Just 6 days later, Reggie escaped. He climbed a 4-foot fence and crawled 500 yards to a loading dock where they found him and subsequently made changes to his habitat. In 2010, they moved Cajun Kate, a female alligator, into the habitat, but they did not get along and they eventually had to be separated. In 2016, they tried again and moved in Tina, who outgrew her home at the Pasadena Humane Society. This pairing worked much better as Reggie hisses when people come near Tina and trying to protect her. Reggie's about 30 years old now, 8 feet long and 250 pounds. He lives a more peaceful life after his 15 minutes of fame, but he can claim that he was a celebrity in Los Angeles. All right, LA, it's been a minute.